Hello and welcome. My name is Jason Aylmer, and I am a graduate student recruitment specialist here at the University of Maine. Thanks for tuning in and checking out our video. Today, we are going to be taking a look at some options for our online application. There are a number of different programs, over 100 in fact, graduate programs to choose from, in addition to some non-degree application options where you can take a couple classes before you jump into a certificate or master's degree, for example. So again, today we're going to take a look at the actual online application itself. As we talked about in the other video, you'll want to take a look at the program and its website and determine the documents that you're going to need once you have things like your transcript and a letter of recommendation, your recommenders lined up so you can type in their name and email address, maybe an essay. The application is pretty quick. It's about 20 to 30 minutes, and we're going to do a quick abbreviated version of that right now. So when we go ahead and take a look at our website, I will share my screen and bring that up here with you. Here's the graduate school, the University of Maine Graduate School's website, umaine.edu/graduate. We have our admissions page here. And as we talked about, first thing you want to do before you even start an application is just take a look at some of these requirements here. Things like your transcript, make sure you have the recommenders lined up, their names and email addresses, any test scores you might need, the GRE, those sorts of things. There's different types of applications that we talked about, whether you're applying for a certificate or maybe a non-degree application. And then there's some more options down here as far as, specific test scores you might need, that sort of thing. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in and assume that you have all of your documents lined up. We're going to apply. There we go. So here is where, if you had already set up an account, you could go ahead and log back in. Today we are going to sign up, and I'm going to create a test account. So you would put your name here. Let's see. Confirm that you are indeed not a robot, and carry on. Okay, so important to note, you've been sent an email with a link to a page where you can set your password. So we will log back in. Now created a password. And there we go. So start your application today. So we have my events and application. What we'll find out over here is that you have options like signing up. Say you have some questions while you're starting or proceeding through your application. The My Events page, you'll be able to go ahead and select some options like set up a Zoom session with myself or one of my colleagues. So for today, right now, we're going to start our new application. It gives some notes here, some definitions of some of the terms that we use. So we're going to start our application type. I'm going to begin a degree application. It gives you the choice whether you want to be online, if you're looking for programs that are online, blended, or on campus. I'm going to choose an on-campus program. And then it gives me a whole bunch of different ones to choose from. I'm going to take a look at the Animal Sciences program, and we're going to look at Fall 2020. So we're going to go ahead and start our application. Okay, so it already puts in some of the information that you put in, like your name, for example. If you have a preferred name, nickname, there's some choices there for that. If you've changed your name, you can put in your previous name there. we go ahead and start with our mailing address. There we go. And I'm just going to use the University of Maine Graduate School email address here. And we can put in our phone number. Actually, we'll leave that blank for the moment. And we can go save and continue. So as you can see here on the left-hand side, there'll be some dots that are filled in, or in this case, let you know that you have missed something, in this case, our phone number. I left that blank on purpose just to give you an idea of what these look like and how you can toggle back and forth. So we'll go back and fill that in later on. Right now, we'll put in our date of birth. And let's see, we'll do 1928. That sounds like a good year. You can put in your gender, your citizenship status. If you have questions about this, let us know. You have the option to put in your social security number, country of citizenship, legal residency status. Let's see, so Maine. If you have any relationship with the armed forces, you can put that in there. And now you can see on the left-hand side that I've satisfied everything for that section, so that little dot now is green. So it lets you again review what you have selected for your program, your start term, and your campus. There are options over here that you can click on later on if you want to change. Let's say you fill it out, you get going, and you're like, wow, I really think I need to do spring 2021 instead. So those are some options that you can change that. It's not completely locked in stone. You select whether you want to be a full-time or part-time student. And then you begin putting in some background information about yourself, where you went to school, the different majors. Are you enrolled in this institution? Yes, no. So we can just in here, let's say you went to the University of Maine, and it is going to attempt to guess what you are trying to put in. If your institution is not in there, that's okay. Sometimes the naming is a little awkward or different than what you might want to call it. You can put what you want in there, and it may come up unknown school, and we can fix that later, so not to worry about that. Say we had studied English previously, not currently enrolled. Let's say that we had started back in September, many years ago, and then we graduated in May. Four years later. Okay, so the grade point average, we get a lot of questions about this. It should be something that is calculated for you on your previous transcripts. If it is not, you can leave it blank and we can work on calculating it together. It is best not to guess. It is best to have an accurate number so that when someone does look on your transcript, it does match what says on here. Let's say we got a 3.5. We earned a bachelor's degree previously. And what year did you graduate? It's in 1971. And then this would be here where you want to go ahead and upload your transcript for that institution. If you don't have it, again, you can leave it blank and we can put it in later. If you're requesting it for some reason you didn't have it available, couldn't download it, it is something you can skip, which we'll do for now and carry on. Again, you may have noticed that there is an add additional educational history. We do get some questions about, how far back do I need to go? Really, you want to add anything and everything that you have done, whether it's community college, you took a class somewhere. It's relevant information here. This particular program does require an essay, so this is where you would go ahead and upload your essay. It also requires a resume. There will be another video in this series that addresses some of the differences between a CV and a resume. You can check that out. Here is a good question regarding your recommendations. So do you wish to waive your right to see your letters of reference? So this is not something that can really be changed once you have selected yes or no, but the folks that you send this out to will know whether or not you are asking to see those letters in the future, or you waive the right and they remain private and you don't get to see them. So again, we can talk more individually if you have some specific questions about that later on. And here you would put in your recommender's information, their first name, last name, and email address. So a good thing to note is as soon as you hit save and continue in this section, even before you submit your application, once you hit save and continue, those folks will get an email prompting them to send along a letter of recommendation. So just to bear that in mind. This particular program does require a standardized test. So you would put in, upload your GRE information here. Then any additional information. Would you like to apply for assistantship? So there'll be a separate section that goes into detail about this and other financial aid options. But the assistantship, sort of in a nutshell, usually is you are working, if you're a full-time graduate assistant, to be 20 hours a week, often in a professional working environment. And in addition to working, you're taking your class, you're full-time, your tuition is then waived, and you receive some sort of stipend to cover living expenses like housing and books and those sorts of things. So if that's something you're interested in, check yes, and then also check out the video to get some more information about how those work. And then some more detailed questions. Are you in a UMaine accelerated program? So that's for current students that are undergrads that are also taking graduate classes at the same time. There is going to be some more information on our website about the One Health and the Environment NRT program. Again, real quick, that pertains to several different majors. There's a new grant initiative looking at health and the environment and its related effects. So if your program falls into that, you can let us know, and then some specific scholarship and programs here that apply to very specific scenarios. And then if you earned a bachelor's degree or higher from the University of Maine, i.e. you're an alum, you would want to select yes, and that will waive your application fee. And then you can let, if you've been working with a particular professor or myself or somebody, you can put in who you've been working with at the University of Maine, research topics you're interested in, faculty advisor if that's required by your program. And then in here, this allows you to discuss any disciplinary action that may have been taken against you, or if you've been convicted of a crime, you'd want to put that information in here. Then this last section is all optional on ethnicity that you can fill out for the final section, and then you would save and review your application. So once you do that, as you'll note on the side, we have several sections here. And then it gives you a handy little 53% complete to let you know where you are with wrapping things up. Reminding you of your application fee, and then finish submitting your application. You can go back in and edit, you can sign out and then sign back in. So if it's not something that you can finish all in one go, no worries. There's plenty of time to do that later on. So just wanted to give a quick run through. Super painless. Again, 20 or 30 minutes of your time once you have all of your documents lined up. And again, I'm going to put up my contact information so you can check in. Let me know if you have any questions. Love to hear from you. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.